Hi everyone, and welcome back to Easy Cooking with Linda B. Today I'm going to make for you this beautiful strawberry shortcake cake, and I'm going to show you how I made it. So the ingredients that you will need to make the strawberry shortcake cake are 1 to 2 pounds of fresh strawberries sliced and 1 to 2 tablespoons of sugar. And to make the shortcake, you will need 1 1/3 cups of flour, a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. You will need 2 tablespoons of sugar for the dough. You'll need 1 egg slightly beaten, 3/4 cup of sour cream, and a 1/4 cup of very cold butter that I've cut into slices here. And at the end, to finish it off, you will also need whipped topping. So I'm going to show you how to put this together. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I want to get my strawberries ready. And by getting them ready, I have to put on the sugar, and I'm going to mix it well, because what I want to do is, they call it macerate. It's just to render out the liquid from the strawberries, so you get a nice strawberry juice. So I'm going to stir them together. Make sure I coat the strawberries well with the sugar. Now I won't need these right away, because the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the shortcake. So I'm just going to set my strawberries aside. Okay, to the flour I'm going to add all the dry ingredients. I'm going to add the salt, sugar, baking powder, and baking soda. And I'm going to whisk them together to combine the dry ingredients. And that's good right there. And in another bowl, I'm going to add an egg, and the sour cream, okay, and now with my whisk, I'm going to whisk together the sour cream and the eggs until smooth. Just like that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add to my flour mix is my cold butter. And what I need to do is I'm going to cut it. Now you could cut it with a pastry cutter, just like this, or you could use 2 knives to cut through. I'm going to try it with my pastry cutter. And what we want from this is a crumble. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sour cream egg that's been combined, and I'm going to pour it into my flour mixture, because now what I'm going to do is make a dough. Okay, now my dough is ready to be kneaded. So I'm going to put it out onto my floured cutting board. And I'm going to knead this until the dough is smooth. And when that is done, I will show you what we do next. So my dough has been kneaded to the point where it's nice and smooth. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper, which I not cut out, but I penciled in an 8-inch circle. And what I want to do with this is I'm going to roll it out to meet the circle. The pencil marks are on the bottom side, so it's not even going to touch the food. Take your time doing this part so you get a nice smooth circle out of this dough. Make sure it's even. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I have a tip here, a cake tip, which is a 2-inch circle. Here it is. And I'm going to cut out the dough from the middle. Just like that. And now I have my oven set and preheated at 425 degrees. So the shortcake is now baked. It actually took about 16 minutes. And that's because my oven temperature runs a little bit low. And yours may too. So just make sure it's golden brown, and then you could take it out of the oven. Now I'm going to transfer it to my cooling rack here. And when it's completely cool, I'll show you what we do next. Okay, so now my shortcake was completely cooled, and I cut it open horizontally. So I have the bottom, and then I also have the top here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to add a teaspoon of vanilla in my whipped topping, and I'm going to mix them together. This will give an additional flavor. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I have my strawberries here, as you can see, and they've been soaking in the sugar for a few hours now, and we do have some liquid that has rendered out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start to spoon onto the cake the strawberries. Okay, so now I'm going to pipe on the whipped topping. There, just like that. And then I'm going to now take the top and place it on. And you see the whipped topping, and you see the strawberries. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a little more whipped topping in my piping bag, and then I'll do the top. Now I'm going to put cream on top of the shortcake. Okay, so now I'm going to take the rest of the strawberries and place them on top. And I'm going to take the rest and I'm going to pour it into the center. So here you have it, strawberry shortcake cake. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and remember, never stop learning. Bye now.